All right, so let's continue. It's still building out our plan, and you can see here to the right hand side it's starting to create all kinds of files, right? In public, it's got the favicon. Let's see how the favicon looks like. It's actually not too bad. All right, it is a coffee shop. We talked about the coffee browns and the reds. You know, this looks to me like a conversational tab type of thing. Not bad. It created a OG default SVG that's called the coffee shop. It asked us actually in the branding part to change it like, you know, Reunite and Co or something. But it created two favicons. It doesn't look too bad for now. We will stick with it until we have something better. In the source, there's the features, and you can see how it is starting to build out the whole page layout in your coffee shop GUI, which is very nice. You can also see how it's creating your tailwind. Here's your package JSON. Remember package JSON? It holds all the packages that's either installed or that needs to be installed. And we will run that in a minute. Let's see what else it did. Let me just run this also. There's a dist. Okay, that's your favic. So dist is when you're going to basically package this whole website to be hosted somewhere. Everything in the dist, that's where your whole distribution, the whole thing is placed or put together to be ready for implementation. There's an index page, and yes, an index page is nothing more than just a start of, but we use routing. Remember with a previous lesson, we don't have actual web pages. We are going to route things to a specific area, and something called, and where's our package JSON? Something called React will build up this whole thing for you. But you can see we don't just have React. We have React for Lucid fonts. We have React for all kinds of things, for forms and so on. Let me run this again. So a lot of things getting built at this point, but where are all the important information stored for this specific feature, as the Bootstrap did for us? It's under features, pages, and there you have it. The next feature will be the shopping cart, and that will mean under features you have the coffee shop graphical user interface, and you'll have another feature that's called shopping cart or wish list, or whatever you want to call it, backend administration, orders, whatever the case may be, each with its own pages. And guess what? From now on, if you're going to speak to Cursor, it knows exactly where what features pages are. It knows from the ADR what databases were created, things like that, and it can just simply continue building out different features without you having to worry about, will it know, will it not know, did it forget about things. And you can have a totally new prompt with nothing in it yet, and it will go through all these things and get up to date by itself with all these things. So add the scaffold. So it installed the React, it installed the Vite, we bootstrapped, and now we have the scaffold build. I'm not too sure if everything has been installed, but let's run this command. It will be npm where npm run dev. It said here somewhere. Well, it is anyway npm run dev. This means start up the internal web server. I'll allow it. It didn't even complain at all about needing any specific packages. So let's go to our web browser. I want to start up a new web browser for us. And I'm going to put in this URL. You know, if you go back here, cursor view, there it shows the URL. It is localhost with the port number. I'll just copy paste it. And paste it in here, and let's see how the site looks like. It's always, you know, it can be a total disappointment or a total wow. So let's see what it is. I told it not to block anything. So let me try again. It's back up. All right, so there we have it. Yeah, not bad. I like the wittiness. Coffee is the excuse, the vibe is the point. All right, here's the coffee names. The plot twist. First date fuel. If you ever want to start a coffee shop, here's quite a great description. The plot twist is espresso plus tonic and the citrus wink. First date fuel, velvety cappuccino, extra smile. Less awkward silence. More tell me more. All right, so it's got the brand figured out, right? But what I would like to see is some images. I like the way how it want to display the images. The off-white. You know what? It's a coffee shop. I understand. I really understand the colors. And I think if we're going to start adding a couple of roasted for ritual, sauced with taste, beans in the male suit. Okay, this is actually very, very nice. It gave an address. Here's the about us. All right. It did it, in my opinion, perfectly. I'm not a big fan of the colors, but then again, it's a coffee shop. It's not a vibrant cyberpunk type of setup, but I'm sure that with the graphics in here, we can liven it up quite dramatically. So I'm going to ask, you know what, probably if you can see that we brought in reds. Now red in color psychology usually means play, fun. Lego, think of it, Lego red, Coke red. It brings out a fun play type of vibe. I think we can have more of the reds, but I think a third color can be quite great to add to this. But I think that I want to do with the graphics. I'm a bad graphic designer. AI is a great graphic designer. So we will ask it right now. All right, so we need to include to this, it looks great by the way, the graphics now. We have a little bit of red and further on very neutral earthy colors, but I think we need, using graphic, to vibe it up a little bit. Maybe add even some oranges to this whole look and feel. So let's create a prompt for Leonardo for the Euro section on page 1 that will fit in perfectly with the Euro text. All right, so I'm going to stop here. Let it create a prompt for us. And in next lesson, we're going to go to Leonardo and we're going to create a couple of images to liven up the site. I think even, you know, if you look at these cards, there's no movement to it. I don't want it to be overdone, but you can see the movement, you know, if you hover over things and so forth. But I think the cards can have a little glow if you move over it and so forth. So we'll handle it in the next lesson, and then the one after that, we're going to do what tier is really about, creating a shopping cart with a backend. And I want to see if we can do that in one prompt and have it properly done first time without any errors. So I'll see you in the next lesson. Bye.